Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka and Pedri are some of the best Wonderkids in the world right now, but it does beg the question, what would happen if they all played for the same team? Well, guess what? You're about to find out. For the next 10 seasons, I'll be bringing in some of the best talents in the world all into one team to see how many trophies they can win and to see if they truly can live up to that name, Wonderkid. And in this video, we've got 2 wheels to spin, but we'll get to that a little bit later. And the team we'll be doing this with is Gillingham from League 2. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me to do a video on Gillingham for ages, so guess what? You ask and you shall receive. Take a good look at this team, boys, because by the end of this video, this entire team will be full of Wonderkids. And in case you're wondering how I'm going to afford this, well, I've given us 1 billion, so we've literally got no worries when it comes to the budget. And just like any other takeover, I'll be keeping track of our top goal scorer, our top assister, and how many trophies we've actually won. But unlike any other takeovers, we've got 2 wheels to spin this time, so let's go over to them to show you how it works. So the first one is the transfer wheel, which basically tells me how many transfers I'm allowed to make each season. But the second wheel has every single Wonderkid's name on it in FIFA 23. That is according to Footwiz anyway, so if I have missed any out, don't blame me, blame that website. Could you imagine if we got Bellingham or Saka in this team straight away? I've got a feeling this video is going to go nuts. So to kick things off, we're spinning the wheel of transfers to show us how many transfers are allowed each season, and we're going to get 2 for season 1. You know what? That's not too bad, to be fair. Now just remember, every single Wonderkid in FIFA 23 is on this wheel. Who are we starting with first? Amadou Onana. I believe he's an Everton player. That's not a bad start. He's 20 years old. He's 75 overall. We've got a half-decent first choice pick here. And here's our very first signing, as we've just spent 13 million to bring him to Gillingham. And there he is in the starting 11. Other than him, the highest rated player in this team, 64 rated, man. This is going to be mental. But we do have one more transfer to make, so let's go back to that wheel to see who we can bring in. Second spin of the wheel, we've got a CDM. Who are we going to get next? Okay. Oh, is that going to be... Who's that going to be? Rasmus Højlund, the Manchester United striker. That is actually a banging pull. He's 19 years old. He's already 73 overall. He still plays for Atalanta for some reason, but you know what? We'll just let EA have that one. And for just 7.3 million, he is officially a Gillingham player now. And with those transfers used up, the team now looks like this heading into season 1. And I've got to say, it looks so weird with 2 Wonderkids in this squad in League 2. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see how we actually get on. I don't know how much of an impact those 2 are actually going to make. But one thing I am expecting is massive improvement from those 2, man. The Wonderkids in League 2, for God's sake, it has to happen. Well, boys, we're off to a flying start. We've won League 2 in our first season in charge of Wonderkid FC. I knew we were going to do quite well this year, but I was not expecting us to win a trophy this early. Yet we finished bottom of our group in the Papa John's trophy. I mean, how does that even happen? And we also got knocked out in round 1 of the Carabao Cup. How do we win League 2 but do so badly in domestic competitions? But to be fair, we did make it to round 3 of the FA Cup, only losing to City, so that is a little bit of a silver lining. And it's safe to say Onana and Højlund are starting to live up to their name, a Wonderkid, almost 80 rated already. Fair play to him. But the top goal scorer by a mile is Rasmus Højlund with 21 goals and 9 assists in 46 games so far. I'll be real, I didn't know what to expect this season, but I did not expect us to win the league this early. And we've got 9 seasons left to add Wonderkids to this starting 11, so who knows what kind of carnage is going to happen. And the end of season 1 starts, Rasmus Højlund is our top goal scorer and assister, and we've won 1 trophy so far. But before we go any further, if you're enjoying the video so far, consider leaving a big old thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. So starting season 2, we are going to spin the transfer wheel first to see how many transfers were actually allowed, and we're allowed 3 this time, boys. We are going to create an absolute monstrosity. And looking at the team right now, I'm honestly not fussed who we get, because I guarantee the next 3 players will definitely fit into this starting 11. So the first transfer from 3, who is it going to be? Luka Sucic. Oh god, I can't even remember. Is he a centre midfielder? I guess we'll find out in a minute anyway. I was close. He's an attacking midfielder, 20 years old and 76 overall. Boys, we are going to destroy League 1, aren't we? And it's a done deal for Luka Sucic, as we've only had to spend 15.5 million on him. And the team so far is shaping up quite nicely, and the best part is we've still got 2 players to bring in. Second spin of the wheel, a defender, a goalkeeper, a winger would go down very nicely right now. Oh my god. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name because I will completely butcher it, but that is a banging pull. He's 22 years old and 83 overall, boys. I seriously cannot wait to see what this entire team looks like at the end of this video. And we honestly got him a lot cheaper than I thought, as we only had to spend 59.5 million to bring him to Gillingham. And we are getting back to the wheel for the third and final time this season. What are we going to get this time? Oh my days, Julian Timber. We've got our winger, our centre back. Boys, we are sorted now. He's 22 years old, he's 81 overall, and for some reason still playing for Leverkusen, but he's not going to be playing for them for much longer. And for 47.5 million, Julian Timber was a done deal. And that is our transfer window done, with the team now looking like this heading into Season 2. We've got 5 Wonderkids now in the starting 11. I reckon by Season 4 or 5, our entire starting 11 and subs bench will be filled with Wonderkids. Now it's just a question of whether this team's going to get back-to-back promotions or we're gonna fall short. Well, boys, we've done it again. Back-to-back promotions. This time, the Wigan Athletic take the trophy, and we just miss out by 2 points. I'm low-key kind of gutted about that. And we only made it to round 2 of the Papa John's trophy. I'm telling you now, this is harder to win than the Premier League and Champions League combined. And we only made it to round 2 of the Carabao Cup, man. What is going on? And we only made it to round 3 of the FA Cup, so I'm gonna go out on a whim and say we're not doing very well domestically. And look at the improvement of our Wonderkids, man. Honestly, if we get a goalkeeper and a couple of wing-backs next year, I'd say we're golden. And the top goal scorer this year is Kvaratskhelia. I hope I've got that name right. 25 goals and 10 assists, with Højlund getting 24 and 6, and 14 and 10 for Mahoney, and Suchik with 13 and 12 as well. Like I said earlier in the video, boys, I cannot wait to see what the endgame team is in this video. And the overall stats at the end of Season 2, Højlund is both the top goal scorer and assister still, and we still only won 1 trophy so far. So we're now into Season 3 with this Wonderkid team, and we're already in the championship. I think we're going to get 3 back-to-back promotions for the first time ever on this channel. And to be honest, we just need a goalkeeper and a couple of defenders, and I think we are for the most part sorted. But in fairness, we need both wheels to be on our side to make this happen. Okay, wheel, how many transfers are you letting us have this season then? Okay, what's that going to be? 1. Okay, that is slightly disappointing. We could do with either a fullback, a centre-back, or even a goalkeeper, to be honest. Who are we going to get this time? Mickey Van... Oh, he's a centre-back. That's a fantastic pull. He's 23 years old, 81 overall, and he will massively help our defence out this year. And for 36 million, we have made him a Gillingham player. And with that, our transfer window is unfortunately all done, and this is the starting 11 going into the championship. We've only got 5 more positions to fill in with Wonderkids, and this starting 11 is sorted. And I don't think it's exactly crazy to say that this team is definitely going to get promoted this year. If it doesn't, this game is officially broken. Well, boys, we've just arrived in June, and you ain't going to believe this. We're 3rd in the league at the end of this season in the playoffs alongside Watford, Preston, and Cardiff City. How we haven't at least got automatic promotion with this team is actually mental. But the good news is we got past Cardiff City in the semis, and we are against Preston North End in the final. This isn't even me being cocky. We have surely got to beat Preston here and get promotion, man. Come on, for God's sake. Why was it that close in the end? 2-1. Kvaratskhelia getting both goals, but we have won our 2nd trophy now with Gillingham. That's at least a good thing. And we did insanely well in the Carabao Cup, making the semis, only getting knocked out by Palace. And we also made it to the semis of the FA Cup, only losing out to Bournemouth. I reckon once we get a solid goalkeeper, we won't necessarily have to worry too much about the other positions. The other Wonderkids will just carry the team. And the top goal scorers, once again, Højlund with 35 and 2, 29 and 17 for Kvaratskhelia, and 15 and 10 for Luka Suchik. It has taken us the shortest time possible to get Wonderkid FC from League 2 all the way to the Premier League. Now it's just a case of the next 7 seasons, how many trophies we're actually going to win with this squad. And the overall stats at the end of Season 3, Højlund is still our top goal scorer. We've got a new top assister, and we've won 2 trophies so far. We're going to start Season 4 by going to the wheel first. Oh my God, boys, thank you. We've gone from 1 transfer last year to 4 transfers in Season 4. And if everything goes our way, we can literally sort out every problem we've got in this starting 11, but it all depends on what that second wheel says. Okay, the first spin of the second wheel. Who is it going to give us this time? Harvey Elliott, Jude Bellingham. Oh my God, we got Jude Bellingham. we've got our second holding midfielder. And what a signing he's going to be. 22 years old, 89 rated, and we've still got 3 spins of that wheel to make as well. And he is almost certainly going to be our most expensive transfers. We've just spent 150 million on Jude Bellingham. And just look at the team now. Honestly, we just need a goalkeeper, and I'd be happy to leave it as it is. But going back to the wheel for the second time out of the 4, who are we going to get this time? Okay, who are we going to get? Thiago Gouveia. I'll be real, I haven't got a clue who that is. But as it turns out, he'll be a great addition. He's a right winger. He's 24 years old and 78 rated. And the best part is he's got 12 months left on his contract. And because of that, we got the deal done for only 23 million. And going back to the wheel for the third time, a goalkeeper would do quite nicely at this point. We kind of do need one right now. Oh, but we do need a fullback too. And oh, now Martinez definitely fits the bill. He's 22 years old and 81 rated as well. We've definitely got quite lucky with this one. But we couldn't sign him without activating his release clause, which means we had to spend 69.5 million on him. And for the final time of season 4, who are we going to get from the wheel? What are we going to get? Alex, no way! Oh my god! Our defense is officially sorted. He's 21 years old, he's 82 overall, and he's got less than 12 months on his contract. What a pull. But he still wasn't as cheap as you guys might think, as we've just had to fork out 67.2 million on him. And with that, our transfer window is finally done, with the team looking like this, entering our first season in the Premier League. And the team looks amazing, except from our goalkeeper, man. A 66 overall goalkeeper in the Premier League, man. He just looks so out of place. But that being said, it's going to be quite interesting to see how we do with a team this good with a keeper this poor. Well, boys, I don't know whether to be happy or a bit disappointed. We're 8th in the league at the end of this season, but you've got to remember, we've got a 66 rated keeper in between the sticks. We also had no luck in the FA Cup getting knocked out in round 4, and no luck in the Carabao Cup as we got knocked out in round 3 by Chelsea. But ignoring the goalkeeper, look at the state of this team, man. I swear to God, if we had a goalkeeper, we'd win the league with this squad. And as for our top goal scorer, you guessed it, Rasmus Højlund with 22 and 3 and 17 and 6 for my mate Kvaratskhelia, or however bloody hell you pronounce his name. If the team looks this good at the end of season 4, who knows how good it's going to be at the end of season 10. And we end season 4 with the same top goal scorer and assist, and we still only got 2 trophies in our cabinet. So starting season 5, we're spinning the transfer wheel to see how many transfers we are allowed. Bloody hellfire. We've gone from 1 transfer to 4, back to bleeding 1. And obviously we need a better goalkeeper than Turner. He's 66 rated, for God's sake, and the worst thing is he's our only goalkeeper right now. But let's be real, the odds of us getting a goalkeeper with 1 spin of that wheel is very unlikely. Okay, the first and only spin of this wheel in season 5. Who's it going to give us? Arthur Veerman. I mean, that's a decent shout, but realistically, we don't need any more midfielders. He'd be good for squad depth, though. To be fair, he's 79 rated at 21 years old. He'll definitely be a good backup option for Onana. And for 46 million on the dot, we've made our one and only signing in Arthur Veerman. And that is unfortunately our transfer window done, leaving the team looking like this going into season 5. Why do I get the feeling we're not going to get a goalkeeper in this entire takeover, man? I've got such a bad feeling Turner's going to be the endgame keeper. The thing is, boys, this exact starting 11 got 8th in the Premier League last year, so this season I don't think we can expect any more or less from them. So boys, we've just arrived in June and we finished exactly where we did last year, 8th in the league. I did say we couldn't expect any more or less. It's basically the same team. We also made it to round 3 of the FA Cup, and we lost to Brentford in round 4 of the Carabao Cup. It's amazing that one position's holding us back, man. Imagine if we had a keeper, we'd be legitimately competing for every trophy there is. And once again, the 2 top goal scorers, Rasmus Højlund with 18 and 2 and 12 and 6 for my mate. To be fair, we can't really complain. We've got a very, very poor keeper in between the sticks. If we can somehow manage to get one within the next 2 or 3 seasons, we definitely will be bagging trophies left, right and centre. And the overall stats halfway through this takeover, Højlund is still our top goal scorer, Kvaratskhelia is still our top assister, and we still only have 2 trophies won so far. We're now officially over halfway through this takeover, and you boys know exactly what I'm going to say. We need a goalkeeper so badly, man. Turner is not good enough at all, and he's proper letting the team down. I can guarantee you, once we actually get one, we've got a good chance of getting the quadruple. So, transfer wheel, you shafted me last year. Are you going to shaft me this time? No, you're not. 3 transfers for season 6. And we're going to jump straight into the second wheel. For God's sake, please give me a keeper. Please give me a keeper. Who is this going to give us? Rico Lewis. Okay, that's decent to be fair. Rico Lewis is a baller. Second spin of the wheel. Come on, we've got another 2 to go. Please give me a keeper. Who are we going to get? Charles Di Catalere. Under normal circumstances, I'd be gassed at a signing like that, but we just don't need him. Third and final transfer. Who are we going to get? Oh my God! Please, stay. We've got a keeper. Georgie Mamardashvili, boys. We have finally got a keeper. It took us 6 seasons to do it. Thank God for that. So firstly, we signed Rico Lewis for 58.7 million. We then signed Charles Di Catalera for 40 million. And finally, the most important transfer so far, Georgie Mamardashvili for 53.2 million. And with that, our transfer window is finally done, and this is the starting 11 going into season 6. And this team is finally complete. Every single position in this starting 11 is now filled with Wonderkids. Now all we got to do is fill up our subs bench and reserves with Wonderkids, and I genuinely think this team will be unstoppable. And speaking of, this year we'll definitely test to see if I'm right. I definitely think the addition of Mamardashvili will get us silverware. So boys, we've just reached the end of season 6, and it's disappointing to be fair. 4th in the league at the end of this campaign, 14 points behind Premier League winners United. I mean, we have jumped up 4 places from last year, but I was expecting at least 2nd place. But the good news is we've won the FA Cup, beating Manchester United 3-2 in the final. That's trophy number 3 won so far. And we've won the Carabao Cup, beating once again Manchester United 3-1 in the final. That's 4 trophies won so far. Now we've got the domestic double. I told you guys, once we got a goalkeeper in between the sticks, we'd win silverware, and look what's just happened. And the stats this year are very impressive. Hoyland with 39 and 3, 21 and 14 for Marmite, and 16 and 7 for Thiago Goivier. The best thing about this is we've only scratched the surface of what this team's capable of. We've still got 4 seasons to go where we're adding Wonderkids to, so who knows how many trophies we can win. And the overall stats at the end of season 6, Hoyland still our top goal scorer, Kavara Tashili is still our top assister, and we've now won 4 trophies with Gillingham. So we're going to start season 7 by spinning the transfer wheel. How many are we going to get this time? 2. I mean, it's better than 1, isn't it? Let's be real. And looking at the starting 11, let's be real, unless they're an absolutely incredible player, they ain't getting to this starting 11. They'll just be squad depth on the subs bench. But the question is, who are those 2 transfers going to be? Well, boys, we're about to find out. The first transfer of season 7 is going to be, oh, boys, that is a big pull. Eduardo Camavinga. Boys, that is sick. He's 25 years old and 89 rated. He's going to give Onana some serious competition in that starting 11. And we had to pay out 130 million to get him to Gillingham, but the deal is officially done. But we got one more transfer to make, so who is the transfer wheel going to let us have? Gabriel Veron. Now that is half decent, to be fair. He's 25 years old and 86 overall. He'll definitely be a decent backup winger. But they weren't letting him go that easily, as we've just had to spend 59.5 million on him. And that is officially our transfer window done, with the team now looking like this heading into season 7. And granted, the starting 11 hasn't changed at all, but the subs bench is starting to grow really strong now as the seasons progress. And the best thing about this season, we've got one more trophy to compete for this time. But before we get to the one I was talking about, we're in the Community Shield final against United. This is a fantastic opportunity to get trophy number 5, and we get it! Sucic and Gouvier in the 74th and 47th. That's trophy number 5 won so far. And of course, the trophy I'm talking about is the Champions League. We're in Group B alongside Atalanta, RB Salzburg and Lech Poznan. And obviously, I want to win this trophy. If we won this in season 7, that would be a tremendous accomplishment. Well, boys, we've just arrived in June and we've smashed it. We've won the Premier League by bloody 17 points in the end. We've won trophy number 6 with that too. But we had a stinker in the FA Cup, only making it to round 4. And we made it to the semis of the Carabao Cup before getting knocked out by Chelsea on pens. And we made it to the Champions League final before getting beaten by PSG 3-2. We were so close to winning the Champions League, man. But look at this team, man. It's only a matter of time before we're lifting that trophy. But the stats this year are genuinely insane. 46 and 5 for Hoyland, 28 and 10 for Lucas Sucic, 19 and 8 for Goivi, and 13 and 9 for Marmite Kvaratskhelia. And the overall stats at the end of season 7, we still got our same top goal scorer and assister, but we've now got 6 trophies in our cabinet. So season 8 is going to start by spinning the wheel. How many transfers are we allowed this time? What is it going to be? 1 again. Oh my god. This wheel really hasn't been on our side much, has it? To be fair though, looking at the starting 11, unless this transfer is an absolutely insane player, he's going to go straight on the subs bench anyway. So spinning the second wheel for the first and only time this season, who are we bringing? Oh, okay. Bukayo Saka. Now we're talking, boys. He's 27 years old, 90 overall. I don't know whether he'll fit into the team, but he's definitely going to be a banger of a signing. And the deal is officially done. Bukayo Saka is now a Gillingham player for 130 million. And with him now signed to the team, our transfer window is done, which leaves the team now looking like this heading into Season 8. There's literally only 3 players in this starting 11 that aren't 90 rated, man. That's how good this team actually is. And the subs bench is looking way healthier now. We just need a better second choice keeper and we're golden. Now last year we did win 2 trophies, which in its own right is bloody brilliant, but I want at least 3 trophies this season. And because we won the Premier League last year, we're in the Community Shield final against Arsenal. Again, another early opportunity of silverware. Can we take it? Yes, we do, for the second season running on penalties. That's our 7th trophy won in charge of Gillingham. And we are, of course, once again in the Champions League. We're in Group H alongside Bayer Leverkusen, UD Almeria, and RFC Serang. Now, last year, we came so close to winning the Champions League, only to fall short in the final. This year, I want to win the entire competition outright. Well, boys, we've reached the end of yet another season, and we've won yet another Premier League, this time by 12 points. We are well and truly dominating the Premier League now. And we've also won the FA Cup, beating West Ham United 2-1 in the final. That, if I'm not mistaken, is our 9th trophy with Gillingham now. But we choked it in round 3 of the Carabao Cup, losing to Palace on penalties. And you boys ain't going to believe this. We made the final of the Champions League, but lost 2-0 to Roma, man. Are we the new bottle jobs? That's the second final we've lost in the Champions League now. I don't know how this team hasn't won the Champions League yet. We've literally won every single trophy apart from that one. And the stats this year just speak for themselves, really. 30-1 for Hoyland, 22-15 for Karatashilia, 18-12 for Sucic, 17-10 for Guvia, and 11-16 for Bellingham. And the overall stats at the end of season 8, we still got our same top goal scorer and assister, and we've got 9 trophies won now with Gillingham. So we're now into season 9 of this takeover, and just look at this team, man. It is truly outrageous. And the best part is we've still got 2 seasons to add Wonderkids to this team, so let's go over to that wheel. Now last year the wheel only gave us 1 Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Really? 2 seasons running and you're giving us 1 transfer. This wheel really doesn't like me, does it? So it's evident that 1 wheel's against me. What's the second wheel gonna be for me? Xavi Simons, Paul Wane. If I remember right, this guy turns into an absolute beast. He's 24 years old and 83 overall. He's pretty decent, to be fair. But they refused to let him go unless we activated his release clause, which means we had to pay 46.5 million for him. And with that, our transfer window's done, and this is the starting 11 that's going to go into season 9. And granted, it's taken us 9 seasons to do it, but we've got a starting 11 full of Wonderkids as well as a subs bench full of Wonderkids now. And we did win 2 trophies once again last year, but I want 3 trophies this season, man. I definitely think we're capable of it. And we've once again got a chance of early silverware in the Community Shield, this time against Newcastle. 3rd time is a charm. Are we winning 3 straight? We are winning 3 straight. 2-1 against Newcastle, and I believe that's our 10th trophy with Gillingham now. And we are once again in the Champions League, this time in Group A alongside Inter Milan, Villarreal and Victoria Pleasant. This will be our 3rd time in the Champions League. Will it finally be our 3rd time lucky though? Well boys, we've come to the end of yet another season and we've done it again. We've won the Premier League for the 3rd season running, and the best part, we beat the bottle jobs to it as well. That makes it feel even better. We also made it to the final of the FA Cup before losing out to Manchester United. That I'm a little bit gutted about. And we got to the final of the Carabao Cup, losing out to bloody Newcastle United. We really haven't had a good time with finals this year, have we? But we finally won the Champions League, beating Bayern Munich 2-1 in the final, making that our 12th trophy won with Gillingham. But with a team like this, let's be completely honest, it's about bleeding time we won it. And once again, the stats are genuinely incredible. Just take a look at all the players that have got double figures in goals and assists, for God's sake. In the overall stats at the end of season 9, we still got the same top goal scorer and assister, but we've now got 12 trophies in our cabinet. So for the 10th and final time, how many transfers are we go? You are kidding me. There's no way. But I don't even know what to say to that, I'll be real. I mean, looking at the squad, we definitely aren't losing out on it, but the fact that we've got one transfer from that wheel 3 times in a row, or maybe even 4 times in a row, is genuinely a joke. I'm just hoping we get an absolute baller from the second wheel. There's still so many Wonderkids we haven't actually got around to use yet. Who are we going to get next? Who's this guy? Facundo Farias. I believe he's an Argentinian striker. He could be a great backup option. And he looks good, 28 years old, 85 overall. I was absolutely bang on. He will be a great backup option for a striker. And he is officially our final transfer of this 10-season takeovers. We've just spent 60 million on the dot on him. And this is how the team is looking going into our 10th and final season of this takeover. It's been a ride, hasn't it, boys? We've turned this Gillingham team into an absolute monstrosity. To be fair, it's probably one of the best teams I've ever created. And if I remember correctly, we've got 12 trophies won so far, and by the end of this takeover, I want to have won at least 15 with this team. And we've once again got an early opportunity, a trophy number 13 in the Community Shield final against United. We've already beaten these guys once to win this trophy. Can we do... Oh my god. We've wiped the bloody floor with them. That's trophy number 13. And because we won the Champions League last year, we're in the Super Cup against Hoffenheim. Now, surely this is trophy number 14. I'd be very surprised if we don't win this. There we go. It went to extra time. But that's trophy number 14 with Gillingham. We've already won 2 trophies and the season hasn't even started yet. And we are, of course, in the Champions League with a final chance to win it. We're in Group A alongside AC Milan, RB Salzburg and Victoria Pleasant. And I'd be lying to you if I said I'd be disappointed if we didn't win this competition. I want to win every trophy we can possibly win this year. So we've arrived at the end of our 10th season in charge, and we've done it for a 4th time in a row. We've won the Premier League this time by 4 points, beating Man City 2-8. We had a stinker in the FA Cup though, only making it to round 3, losing out to Southampton. And we only made it to round 3 of the Carabao Cup, losing out to bloody Arsenal. We've had a right shocker in bloody domestic cups. And we lost in the Champions League final again to PSG, man. That's just one team we could never bloody beat. But to be fair, we did win 3 trophies this year, so I really can't complain. And the stats at the end of season 10 are bloody brilliant. Just check out some of these stats, man. And the overall stats at the end of this takeover, Hoyland was our top goal scorer, Kvaratskhelia was our top assister, and we overall won 15 trophies with Gillingham. And this is the team we are ending this takeover with, man. And I dare you to try this and create one even better than this. And that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching if you're still here. But if you enjoyed that, you should definitely click here to watch me do this with Portsmouth.